Okay, next is the do while loop. It's similar to the while loop, but instead of checking the condition and then do the statement later, it will do the statement first, and then this is the statement do this first, and then check whether the condition are met. If the condition are not met, then it will just skip. The flowchart is like this one. So this is the body statement, and then this is the selection or the condition checker. So if it is still true, then it will repeat this body statement, but if it is false, then it will exit from the looping. This is the example of the do while. We create an integer, namely integer ans, and then do cout. So do this first, ans, choose a number from 1 to 4. So it will repeat action like choose a number 1 to 4, choose a number 1 to 4, and if the after this has been executed, then the next user must input the number. So for example, I will input 2. So while ans is more than 1 and ans is under 4, and then repeat again. This is the tester. If I correctly input the number into ans here, and then it will repeat the process. So it will go into the do while and then do this one again, choose a number from, so I will input 3 and it still match, and then next after it is matched, and then it will go back to the top, go into the loop again, and then I try to input 1, which is still true because it is more than or equal to 1. The condition is more than or equal, this is less than or equal, so it's still true here. So I will try to type in 5, and then I check the condition. We check the condition. This is the answer currently is more than 4, so it will result into false, and the print will be done. So what about the console views of all the answer of all the cout? So the first cout will be, if we do the cout here, for example, cout something, so the output will be 2, and then 3, and then 1, and then because it is skipped but it's still in the looping, so we still do this one, so 5, but after we type in 5, then it will exit from the looping, so it will not require any input again. So right after this one, as long as it is under or equal to 4, then it will require any other input. So the condition is as long as it is under or it is less or equal to 4, and it is more or greater than 1. So as long as these conditions are met, then the looping will be repeat until the condition became false. We also have several control type for the loop. The first one is the count control. That means repeat specifically by number. So like I want to repeat reading for 3 times. Like I want to repeat the reading 3 times, so we know exactly how many repetition that we are going to do. This is the count control loop. We can use for looping. We can also use the event driven loop, which is the loop with some condition that will cause the repeating to stop. We can use the while or do while, because we never know how many repetition will be done, to be exact. So we don't really know, oh, is it will be done like 3 times or 4 times. It's depend on the condition. If the condition didn't met, and then it will stop. Next, the sentinel is using a value, specific value, to end the repetition. So for example, I will only end the repetition if the user input X, or the user input are typing ESC, escape button, for example. So it will stop repeating only for specific value. And next, we can also find the types that are asking before continuing. So it's like, do you want to continue? If yes, and then I press something again, and then it will ask again, do you want to continue? And I type something again, and do you want to continue? I press no, and then it will exit. And then the last is the flag control loops. Use a variable whose value is changed when an event occurs from false to true. This is like the same condition, but we use the boolean to indicate that something happened or the condition became false or didn't met again. This one is a count control loop. So we use the what we call LCV, loop control variable, as a counter. So it will be initialized and then tested and update. So what does it mean? So like we initialize the number first, for example, like integer counter, we initialize the value, so we give it a 0, for example, and then we test it, is counter true? So like this one, if counter 0, this is false, so we can go with not 0. If counter not 0, and then do something here. So if counter still true, then do something here, or if counter is false, do something here. It's so possible, depend on the approach that you approach, or the algorithm that you use. And then update it. So we have to update it like now counter, set counter to 3, so it will be true, or set counter to 0, it will be false. So we set the condition better. This is the event driven loop, just quite similar to the one that I have told you before. So this one, so we create a variable, namely salary, and then this is the prompt to inform user, please input the salary. So we type in the salary, and then we input it to the salary, from cin we input it to the salary, and then years starting from 0, and then well, salary is less than 50,000, for example, I will input like 40,000 here, so it's still 40,000, so it is true. Salary is the salary multiplied by 1.02, so that means salary is 40,000 plus 1.02, and we assign this to salary, so we get the new salary here. And then we increase the years, so from 0, so we do the post increment, so it became 1, and then the years is 1. And then next I will repeat it again until my salary reach 50,000. After it reached 50,000, it will close the condition, or it will close the looping, it will exit from the looping. Then see out, you need years, because years always increase whenever the looping is done. So looping done, then years increase, looping done, then years increase. So we got, for example, like maybe 3 years, you need 3 years to get to 50,000. This is another example of the Sentinel-Controlled, so looping but with Sentinel. So it will repeatedly ask user to type the salary, and then it will exit from the looping only if you type the -1. So this is the prompt, enter salary and then type -1 to exit. So I will type in salary, for example, like 5,000, 2,000, and etc. It will repeat until I type -1. This is the condition. While salary is more than 0. So while salary is more than 0, then I will repeat this looping. So it doesn't really mean that it is to be exact -1, but you can write -1 or -2 or -2,000. It's okay, it will still exit from the looping because the condition is salary more than 0. So if the salary also 0, it will also exit from the looping. This is a samples of us before continuing. We store the answer of the user. We initialize y as the value of the variable answer, while answer is y, or, so we are using or here, or answer is y with the lowercase, y with the upper, while the answer is y, upper or lower. Do something here, and then see out, do you want to continue? And then it will require user to type in again. If the answer is still y with upper or y is lower, and then it will do the repetition again, do the looping again, and do something here again, and prompt again, do you want to continue? As long as I type y after the prompt, do you want to continue, then it will repeat again, and repeat again. So it will only stop when I type another character, like maybe just like X, A, B, or a hashtag. So that's the repetition tab that asking before continuing. Last but not least, about the break statement. So break statement allows us to exit from any loop. So sometimes we want to like exit when a condition is happen. So like breaking, like we are exit, but for some accidents we do exit from the loop, not because the condition are met, but because something happened in the loop. So for example, like the program will crash, a program that crash and then immediately it will show pop up, like the program is not responding, do you want to exit or not? But both of them will lead you into the exit command. So just like that one. So we do the break when we want to exit from any loop without considering the condition. So let's take a look at this example. Do cin input x, input to x, and then if x modulus 2 is 0, and then break. Well, x is more than 0, then do something else. So let's try. I will try to input 3 at the first time. Do input 3. So I type in 3, and then I will check this one is 3 modulus 0 is 3 modulus 2 is 0 equal to 0. No, this is false. So I will skip the break and I will go to the condition checker. X is more than 0, because 3 is more than 0, then I will do the looping again, and I will have to input again. So the second input, this is the first loop. In the second loop, I will type like 5, okay, because 5 modulus 2 is still not 0, then I will go to the looping again. Is x is more than 0? Yes. So I will do the looping again, so it will require an input again. So I will type in 4. So because 4 is more than because 4 modulus 2 is equal to 0, then it will lead into a break. So the looping will be closed. So we will continue to the next next command line or next code line. So here we go to the next line. Even though we are not checking the condition, the break means just go to the next code right after the looping. This is the continue statement. Sometimes we don't really want to break from the statement, but we want to continue, like we want to skip the rest of the loop. So we want to skip the rest of the loop body and go back to the beginning of the loop. So for example, like I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, this is 4. I don't want to go with 4, so I will just skip it. And then I will just go with 5, 6, and etc. So it's like skipping something, skipping the number, skipping the looping. So okay, let's take a look at the example. Do something. So okay, cin is maybe input. I will do the input 5, maybe 5. Okay, the first one I try to input 5. X modulus is 0. No, x modulus 2 is not 0. 5 modulus 2 is not 0. So I will skip this one. Okay, and then I will see out x. So in the console it will result 5 because I type 5 as x, and then change the line. Okay, and then while x still under 100, do again. Okay, because 5 still under or less than 100, then it will require an input again. I will type in again, and then now okay, I guess I will go with 12. Okay, if x is sorry, this is the console, right? I forgot that this is the console. Okay, I guess in the second I will go with 12. So this is the second trial, 12. So because this is 12, we will check is 12 modulus 2 0. Yes, it's true. It's true. So we just go with the continue. So this skip this number. We exit from this loop. Mean the whole body of the loop. We exit from this one, which means we skip the cout thing. So we will not print out the 12 because we skip the cout thing, and we go to the condition checker, and then 12 is okay because it's still under 100. Then I will go into another looping again. So the looping in x. So x will be, maybe I will type in 7 because 7 is 7 modulo 2 is not 0, false, so it's not continuous. So I will go with the cout. So I will print 7 here. That's how it works. So in the end, the result would be 5. The 12 is skipped because it can't reach the cout line, because the continue force it to exit from the loop, from its current loop, and go into the next loop. And then 7 is okay because it skipped the continue one, so it go to the cout. So this is the result, 5 and 7. Next, about the program style, it is important for you to do the indenting. It's mean like using a tab for your code. For example, like mean, and then tab here. It's better. This tab, and then integer a, integer b, for example, and etc. And then you write some code here, and then right after this, if you go with the looping for or while, then or do while, then please do the indenting. So type the content of the body of the do while with indentation with tab. So you have to write it here, not here. So give the indentation, so you have to write the code here. And then comment is something that can help you to give a documentation to your program. This comment will be ignored by the computer. I mean, it will not be executed as the program. For example, I create a b plus c, then I will give the comment a is name. Okay, this doesn't make sense. A is age, while b is what and what and what. So the comment will give you a documentation of what you are doing with your code. Also, it will help you more in the future when you are looking back at your code and just guessing, what this code mean, what is this for, and etc. You will be easily find it when you documented it well by using the comment. Okay, there are several types of the comment. The first one is the double backslash, like this one. This means that it will create the whole line, just only single line here, as comment. But you can also using this comment star and backslash. This means it will create not only a line, not only a single line, but also a paragraph or the whole body of the program as a comment. So there are two approaches. This one is for single line, this one is for paragraph. This is backslash with star, with asterisk. Next, the constant. It is also important if you know how to use the constant. Constant is the type of like the variable, but it's more constant. Why? Because it can't be altered during the program execution. So you can modify the constant easily when you are doing the program. So it will help you avoid the mistake that you accidentally change the constant. If you want to change something, then don't make it constant, just make it a variable, not a constant. How to declare a constant? You can use the const, and then the type, and then the name of the constanta, and then if you want to initialize it, then just type it like this one. Initialize tax rate here, and constant, the constant type is double. This is how you create a constant. Okay, this is the quiz, guys. So please try to make a program to calculate the change amount in automatic soft drink machine. Please create a program that calculates the change in automatic soft drink machine. The input are the choice of the soft drink and the amount of the money. So for example, like Coca-Cola, Coke, and the price is $1 or $12, and then you give the money. For example, like you have $20. So how many is the change you get from the machine? So this is another example. 12 string, then pay with one sheet of $10 and one sheet with 10,000 and 5,000. So how many change that will be given by the machine. So for example, like a single seat of 2,000 and a single seat of 1,000, and etc. If the amount of the money entered is insufficient, and the transaction will be cancelled. So it's just like you are pretending to buy something, and then the input is the product, the price of the product, and the money that you give to that machine. And the output, this is the input, and then the output, please show the result, the combination of the combination of the possible change or return money. Okay, so for example, like if I have 1,000 and 5,000, and the price of the cola is only 12,000, so the possible change that I get must be a piece of 2,000 and a piece of 1,000. We'll make it simply by using just like a 12, 5, and etc. But we are using IDR or rupiah here. So just thinking about the the money in the Indonesia, like we have 2,000 and then 20,000 and etc. Okay, I think that's all. The one who can solve the quiz the first will get auto A. So you can show your work in the online KTP and give the access to me. Okay, or you can also do it with your personal compiler like the dev C++, and then you can just show it to me with presenting or anything. Okay, you can also give the link, it's also better because we are doing streaming right now. I think that's all. If you have any question, then type in the column. Don't need to worry, it is a private streaming, so no one will check your question. Even though it is already a stupid question, it's okay. No one outside our class, of course. Okay, thank you very much.